Assalamualaikum, selamat pagi Bapak Andri dan teman-teman semua. Kami dari kelompok 10 akan membahas tentang semiotic dimensions, transitivity, and modality in translation. Kelompok 10 ini berisikan saya, Abdul Murad Zakaria, dan juga Faruk Taufik Hidayat. Semiotic dimensions. The semiotic dimensions refers to the aspects of meaning, making, and communication that involve signs and symbols. In semiotics, which is the study of signs and their meanings, the semiotics dimension encompasses how signs, such as words, images, sounds, and gestures, convey meaning within a particular context. Jadi, semiotika adalah studi tentang tanda dan sistem tanda, yang mana tanda bisa berupa gambar, suara, gerakan, dan sebagainya. Kemudian semiotika mempelajari bagaimana makna dibentuk dan dimaknai oleh masyarakat. Transitivity in translation. Transitivity in translation refers to the way action and relationships are expressed in a sentence, particularly focusing on the roles of the participants involved in those actions. It is a concept borrowed from linguistics that deals with how verbs interact with their subjects and objects. Jadi transitivity ini menggambarkan bagaimana pengalaman manusia diwakilkan dalam struktur klausa. Ada 3 elemen dasar, yaitu proses, peserta, dan kondisi. Adapun jenis-jenis proses transitivity yaitu material process and participants. Material process are those verbs in which something is done or physical action in the real world that participants consist of actor who is the one who does the action. Goal is the one of is. Jadi material process and participants itu adalah sebuah tindakan fisik, ya. Contohnya bisa kita lihat di slide selanjutnya. Nah, ini sebagai contohnya. The material process is made with an action verb as write, work, give, an actor, subject, and a goal, the object. As in, bisa kita lihat contohnya di sini, misalnya the boy kick the ball. Jadi the boy-nya ini adalah aktor, kicks-nya adalah verb-nya, dan the ball adalah goal-nya. Selanjutnya, mental processes and participants. The mental process is a considerably sensitive build process, while external experience is presented through material processes. The internal experience is formulated through the mental process. Jadi mental process ini adalah persepsi, emosi, dan juga kognisi. Contohnya ini ya, perception. John saw Mary, di mana John adalah sensornya dan so adalah prosesnya, kemudian Mary adalah fenomenonnya. Yang kedua, cognition. John thought that Mary was coming, di mana John sebagai sensor, thought sebagai proses, that Mary was coming sebagai phenomenon. Selanjutnya, emotions. Contoh kalimatnya, Mary liked what he liked. Jadi Mary sebagai sensor, liked sebagai proses, what he liked sebagai phenomenonnya. Selanjutnya, verbal processes and participants. The verbal process refers to the action of saying. It is associated with 3 participants. The first participant is considered to be the sayer, indicating the producer of what is said. The second participant is considered the verbiage, indicating what is said. Contohnya adalah John told Mary to go. John sebagai sayer, told sebagai proses, Mary sebagai addressee, to go adalah verbiage-nya. Kemudian yang kedua, John was told to go by Mary. John sebagai addressee, was told sebagai proses, to go verbiage, by Mary sebagai sayer. Selanjutnya, behavioral process and participants. Behavioral processes are related to human psychological behavior, such as breathing, coughing, smiling, dreaming, and gazing. Berikut ini adalah contoh dari behavioral process dan participants. Democrats are trying to undo the election. Di mana Demokrat ini jadi behavior dan are trying to undo the election sebagai prosesnya. Selanjutnya, existential process and participants. Existential process is considered to be the simplest process regarding its structure. This process intermediates the range across material and relational processes. It is called existential as it sheds light on representing the phenomenon of existence within the clause. The participant here is that one called existent, which represent the thing existent. Jadi existent proses ini adalah keberadaan sesuatu, ya. Contoh kalimatnya, there was my niece. Oke, selanjutnya akan dilanjutkan oleh teman saya, Faruk Taufik Hidayat. Terima kasih.
Baik, terima kasih Mas Abdul. Definition of modality in translation. According to Holiday 2014, modality is considered to be a part of mood. Mood is the component within the clause via which the speech role is interpreted. When the clause is produced by the speaker with the aim of exchanging information through statements and questions, it takes the structure of a preposition. However, when it is used for exchanging goods and services via offers, it is known as a proposal. Di modality dalam penerjemahan itu menunjukkan adanya sikap atau sudut pandang pembicara terhadap isi klausa. Types of modality. First, modalization. Holiday and Meditation on 2014 point out that there are two scales of modalization, namely probability and usuality. In addition, modalization can be introduced within three forms. Regarding point, both probability and usuality are expressed by a finite model operator within the verbal group. A model adjunct of either probability or usuality and an electric type forming prosody of modalization. Here are example of modalization. Oke, kita dapat melihat contohnya. Di sini ada beberapa contoh yang dimana menunjukkan modality clause. Oke, second, modulation. Fontaine on 2013 defines modulation as a category of connotative meaning which is related to obligation or permission, including both willingness and ability. This modulation is expressed by the clauses which embody obligation or inclination. By Holiday and Meditation on 2014. Here are examples of modulation. Oke, di modulasi ada dua bentuk. Yang pertama ada obligation, yaitu obligasi, dan kedua inclination. Dan di obligasi inilah bentuk beberapa contoh kalimat yang ada terdapat di obligasi. Lalu yang kedua ini adalah contoh beberapa kalimat yang dimana menunjukkan untuk inclination atau inclinasi. Degrees of modulation and modulation. Holiday and Meditation on 2014 point out that there are 3 degrees in which modality choices are considerably expressed. This can identify how much the speaker is doubtful about what he suggests either in proposition or proposals. It is noted how some of modality expressions included in will, must, and can are found in the aforementioned tables concerned with the modalization and modulation. Holiday and Meditation on 2014 describe modulation in accordance with its representation in modal verbs only. This mirrors the use of modulation within the clause mood part. The degrees for modulation manifest by probability are high, where one uses modals as must, can, or couldn't. Median, the use of modal as will be, want, or should. Low, the use of modal as may be, may, or can. Okay, for the conclusion, based on the explanation before, it can be concluded that semiotics is the study of the sign assessment and sign relation, such as the sign system and the process of sign utilization. The sign can be understood as a discrete unit of the meaning that include words, diagram, pictures, textures, gestures, sounds that imply certain information or meaning with certain reason to deliver it. Dikatakan semiotik penting dalam memahami makna dalam komunikasi dan terjemahan. Classivity dan modality juga sebagai aspek penting yang dimana dalam analisis sebagai wacana terjemahan. Bisa dikatakan di sini transitivity itu seperti menyampaikan sebuah pengalaman, lalu untuk modality menyampaikan sikap dan nilai dari penutur tersebut.
Oke, kami kira sekian dari kelompok kami. Bagi yang sudah menyaksikan video ini, kami ucapkan terima kasih. Bila ada pertanyaan, silakan ditulis di kolom komentar. Terima kasih. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Oke.
Sebentar gue panik. Ini recording.
Save-nya gimana Bang? Save-nya?
Nah ini nih.